Hey guys, my name is Lisa Dominguez Ruiz, my married last name, and I just published this book. It's called The Forbidden Road, Where Vows Get Lost. And I wanted to explain a couple of things and where the book, stemmed from. By no means am I a licensed therapist or counselor or psychologist, but in doing research and interviewing individuals that I put their stories in the book, and lots of research, a year's worth. What the book explains is that affairs stem from mental health issues. So if you're a child or at a young adult age, always before the age of 18, if you experience something in your life that could be neglect, sexual abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse, if you had one parent, not the other, and you were neglected, if you, there's so many things, I won't even go into it. But once you become adults and you start to show characteristics of narcissistic behavior, sociopathic behavior, or manic behavior, like a self-defeated kind of behavior where you need that constant attention and you're not getting it from your spouse. Your spouse can be the best person in the world, but if you have a mental health issue, you won't know how to control your emotions unless you get therapy or get help. Therapy isn't a bad thing. Counseling is not a bad thing. It definitely improves your life. So I won't go too deep into it. I'd love for you to buy the book. You can get the book online. You can look for it on Amazon and Prime, and then you can order it through Barnes and Nobles, and there's some other websites online that do have the book on there. Again, I published it through Amazon, but Amazon is an amazing site and they allow other companies to sell it. So the name of the book is The Forbidden Road, Where Vows Get Lost. You can look it up under Lisa Marie Dominguez. My married last name is Ruiz, but my books are published under my maiden last name. So anyway, the whole book is about affairs, where they stem from, and the aftermath. So I did put, I interviewed individuals and they shared their stories, whether they were the perpetrator of the affair or they happened to be the victim as the person that was in the affair, or the victim as the person that was the spouse or the lifelong partner. So there's two victims and there's one perpetrator. So there'll always be one perpetrator that knows what they're doing. They've done it before. They'll continue to do it until they get some kind of counseling to figure out where that deep-rooted issue is coming from. And then they will reel in a self-defeated person that has low self-esteem, that needs constant attention, and they know because they listen to you, they see your characteristics, they've done it before, so they know who to find and what to look for. And more than likely, the person that's self-defeated has experienced something major in their childhood, their early upbringing. And again, the perpetrator knows. They sense it. They know. And so then the self-defeated person becomes a victim and the spouse. So there's always two victims. And then, the book has several stories. And then at the end, it actually has the aftermath. And the end, I had a spouse that was betrayed and part of an, that was betrayed by the spouse that had the affair. And the aftermath explains everything that that person endured emotionally and went through. And then I have another aftermath. I only have two. Didn't want to give the perpetrator, the spotlight at the end. The perpetrator has more like sociopathic or narcissistic behaviors, so the emotion isn't there. It's more dry and cut off, and they will not experience the same thing as a self-defeated person or the spouse. So I included the aftermath with the spouse aftermath, and then the victim of the affair that was involved in the affair aftermath. So this book says so much. I've had a lot of people read it. I've had some good reviews on the book. I've had people come to me and even say, I found myself in that book. I didn't know that I was doing those things. I couldn't figure out why I was, behaving that way, or why I didn't feel, a certain way when I had the affair. I couldn't relate to the same emotions. Now I know. I found myself in one of those characteristics that you listed, and I think I need to get help. So I've had two people, talk to me about that. I've had other people tell me that, someone did have an affair, while they were in a marriage, and they also related to the book. So the book is to help you relate and see that people have moved on and healed, and what steps, to take. And if you see yourself as the perpetrator, get help. It's not a bad thing. The book is to help you and to, show you what it is that causes affairs. And I didn't put all of the mental health or mental disability things in here. I didn't want to make it about mental health. I wanted to show it, in detail of the main characteristics of having an affair. And I know a lot of people hear mental health and think, or don't relate it to a mental disability, or don't understand what a mental disability is. I suggest you look up mental health or mental disability, and it'll list a long list of different things like manic behavior, which is bipolar. It lists schizophrenia, something that people think you're born with. You're not born with schizophrenia. Narcissistic behavior, sociopathic behavior. There's a lot of different kinds of mental depression. So that's mental health. And people try to think, or people perceive it as like brain damage. When you're born with brain damage and you have cell damage, or it's different from a chemical imbalance. So having mental health issues or mental disorders has nothing to do with brain damage or injuring the brain or being born with some kind of brain damage. It is a complete different thing, and people need to learn more about mental health and know that you can take medication for it, get therapy, learn how to control your behaviors to prevent yourself from going through something like an affair. It's painful and scars a lot of people, and like I said, the whole book, I just want people to understand where it stems from and how to heal from it. So anyway, thank you for listening. Again, the book is called The Forbidden Road Where Vows Get Lost. My name is Lisa Dominguez, and you can look me up under Lisa Marie Dominguez. That's what I use as an author. And good luck. Let me know what you think of the book once you order it.